Joining us live here in the studio is Attorney Jose Mejia, a member of the Judicial and Bar Council. Good evening, Attorney Mejia. Thanks for joining us.
Good evening, Pia.
Let's
Thank
begin.
you for inviting me.
Yes, you're welcome, of course. Let's begin with this, Attorney. If the President chooses someone from within the court, does that mean that the JBC will have to recommend two justices, two nominees to the President?
That's a very good question because it's the first time that that particular situation has been asked about. No, well, the thing is that if the President chooses to appoint someone who is already from within the Supreme Court, then we may have to go through another process of choosing an associate justice. Because for now, what they're applying for is the position of Chief Justice. The position of an associate justice becomes incidental, and therefore, if an outsider is chosen, in effect, he fills in two positions, as Chief Justice and as member of the Supreme Court.
Okay, well, take us through the process, Attorney Mejia.
Well,
right now, you're accepting and reviewing all these nominations.
Well, as you all know, the deadline would have been yesterday, but we chose to extend on the basis of, upon the request of a particular lawyer, and there are other requests, no? Now, so after the submission of application and nomination, then we have we will publish the names. So the deadline set now is July 2, and therefore, after sifting through the initial names of the applicants, then we will publish the names, maybe 2 days after July 2, and then...
Wait, but Attorney, you're going to be publishing the names of those aspirants who have accepted their nominations.
Who have accepted their nominations and who have initially qualified, who have met the minimum requirements.
And the minimum requirements are?
The minimum requirements are must be a member of the Philippine Bar, must be at least 40 years of age, natural-born citizen, and must have been in practice of law for at least 15 years, or has been a member of the judiciary for at least 15 years.
So that would eliminate the nurse, and would that also eliminate Floro? That
would eliminate the nurse, and that would eliminate former Judge Floro, yes.
You will also be receiving comments, no, at this time. Is that correct?
Yes.
Comments about
part of the process is that after the names are published, then the public is given 10 days to file their opposition to the Judicial and Bar Council.
Okay, and of course, itong mga comments na ito, one good example was the letter of Jose Basa III about his nephew-in-law, at the time Chief Justice Renato Corona.
That's right.
Okay, but the question now is, how heavy will letters like those weigh, given our experience of the Corona impeachment trial?
Well, not heavy, not too heavy in the sense that this is not really this is not a trial for that particular case, but
you're choosing the Chief Justice,
that's right.
But, I mean, even if it's not Chief Justice, di ba?
That's right. But we will give the candidate an opportunity to answer the opposition. And then we will weigh if the explanation is meritorious. And then we will consider that and factor that in our process of selection.
Well, I'm sure you weren't with the JBC at the time that Renato Corona had gone through that process, no? But we presume that the letter that Jose Basa III wrote at the time obviously did not matter in the end, because he was...
maybe because eventually he was appointed.
Okay. I suppose, does the JBC take signals or wait for signals from someone?
No, wala naman. We purely look at the qualifications.
Okay. And then third week of July, that's when you're going to be having the panel interviews. Apart from the fact that it will be covered live by media, how else has the impeachment trial changed this?
Well, for now, the live coverage has been allowed. So maybe in reaction to what had happened, how the impeachment trial was conducted, the question is, if the impeachment trial had allowed live coverage, why should not we? And therefore, now, by virtue of a resolution passed yesterday in our en banc session, live coverage will now be allowed. And to allow media to cover the proceedings.
But will you also allow media to ask questions?
No.
Or hindi?
No,
Kayo lang?
Hindi.
Okay. Will there be questions such as to the nominees, to the aspirants? Have you declared all your wealth? Did you invest in dollars? Did you commingle funds? Yung mga ganon, yung mga tanong na tinanong dun sa impeachment trial.
Given na yun, kasi nga, they are supposed to submit, well, kung ang nag-a-apply is already a government employee, presumably meron na siyang SALN. So, dapat reflected na doon, ano?
And you will go through that with a fine-tooth comb?
Yes, we're supposed to. We're supposed to. And then, the other, should we say, result of the impeachment trial is that there is now a requirement to submit a waiver, the famous waiver to the bank accounts. But this waiver will only be for the Judicial and Bar Council.
Okay,
It
and
will
you
not
will
be
be
made
looking.
public.
Okay, but you will be looking into the accounts of all these
yes.
aspirants.
I think the idea is that it can be open to inspection.
July 30, that's when your NBank meeting is scheduled. You're going to be coming up with a short list.
With a short list,
How
yes.
short is short? I
At
mean, there are
least-
like 40 names right now, di ba?
At least 3. The magic number has always been 5 to 6. But the requirement is that we should come up with at least 3 names. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, Attorney Jose Mejia of the Judicial and Bar Council.
Okay, thank
you
you.
for joining us, sir.